Everybody. In this video, we're going to take a look at how our course is set up and structured in Brightspace. It's an online course, and we're going to be using Brightspace a lot, so it's important to understand how it's set up and works so that you know where to go to find the stuff that you're going to need for the course. So in case you're unfamiliar with Brightspace a little bit, the way we access it is you go to the UMS portal. Here I've already logged into the portal. Go to the Launchpad. So here's the Launchpad. Find the Brightspace icon. So it's right here, this orange circle with a B in the middle, B, Brightspace. Click on that, and it takes me to my kind of launching pad for Brightspace. Shows all of my courses in this case. So just find the course that we have, EHD 510 for Fall 2022. Make sure you go to the right course. And we click on that, and it will take us to the home page, our course home page for the course. So you can see kind of in general, Brightspace has kind of a menu along the top that will go through each of these options one by one and cover what they include. And then it's broken into different windows or panes for information. So we're on the course homepage here, and we see the to the left here is announcements. This is just kind of the most recent announcements that we have in this announcement space. As I point out in that temporary announcement, you should get these emailed directly as well. Any announcements should go to your main.edu email address as well, but in case you delete it or can't find it or it's buried somewhere, you can find a copy of all of your old announcements, all the old announcements that I've sent out, I should say, in Brightspace. And then here's a little information about me with an outdated picture. I need to update that. And then, of course, calendar with kind of some key dates of things coming up. Okay, then, so that's the course home. We kind of move along this menu bar at the top of the page to the content section is next. So let's click on that. And this is really where the meat and potatoes of this course is, and you're going to spend a lot of time here. It's got a separate little menu along the left here with material that'll open up in the right majority of this panel here. So the top just starts with, the table of contents, kind of everything in the content section, just like a book, right? Then we have the weekly schedule. Now this is really, really important. The weekly schedule is where you get, well, we'll see in a minute, kind of everything that you need to do week by week by week. As we can see here, it's kind of broken down, like I just said, week by week by week. Starting with week 1. So let's click on week 1, and it gives us everything we need. These will kind of roll out as the semester goes along. So we've got week 1 for now, and then week 2 and so on will steadily appear over the course of the semester. More and more weeks will appear in this list with the material for that week. So for week 1, we see it's kind of labeled with August 29th, the Monday, the start of I think of the week's kind of starting on Monday. So the date up here. And then there's this little summary at the top of each of these, of the weeks. It has a little summary of everything for that week. So for week 1, readings. Here's the 2 chapters out of the text you should be reading this week. Then 2 are the videos. Here's links to all the videos that you need to watch this week for class. Then 3 is telling you what's due this week. Well, nothing's due week 1. That's great. And then 4 is things that you should be working on. So these are things that aren't due this week, but that we've covered enough information or you're actively involved in stuff that you should be able to be working on these other tasks during this week. So like, for example, assignment 1, that syllabus review, if you've watched the syllabus video, you should be working on that now, even though it's not due this week. And then same with the BIOS and background forum, assignment 2, prisoners of silence, should be working on that for parts 1 and 2. Again, it's not due yet, but there's no reason you can't be doing it now. It's just the things you should be working on is just a way of me kind of reminding you so that you're not surprised suddenly like, holy cow, something's due this week. I should have been doing it, the last few weeks. It's kind of helps you stay ahead of the curve a little bit. Then underneath it are links to everything. So we see here it starts with links to the videos for for the course, my introduction videos first for this week, and then here's videos for the that we've just listed above for Prisoners of Silence, for our reviews for the chapters. You'll notice that often I have handouts as well. So for chapter 1. Here's the videos you watch, but they also have a PDF copy of the slides, which is great. Make sure you download copies of the PDF. So we just kind of click on that. Look, and it opens it up. Here's a copy of the slides. Print it off, and it gives you handouts, like little notes. You can write your notes on that as you're watching the video. It's great. These slides take a lot of work. So take advantage of that. I've created them and make them available to you as study guides to help along the way. And every once in a while, a student will be halfway through the semester and comment that, wow, they really should have been printing off the slides and taking notes. And it's like, yeah, don't be that student. Don't wait till it's the middle of the semester to start doing that. So again, you notice links to the videos, then here a link to the handout. More videos for chapter 2. And copy of the slides for chapter 2. Then links to the assignments. As we just talked about, here's a link to the syllabus review, a link to the bios and backgrounds forum, a link to the Prisoners of Silence quiz. Remember, Prisoners of Silence, the assignment number 2, has 2 parts. Again, if you watch the syllabus video, there's 2 parts. There's a quiz, and then just putting some thoughts into the form, and there's explanations given here for how that works, kind of what's expected. And then Form 1, the discussion on chapters 1 through 4. You've just been reading chapter 1 and 2. You can already start posting in the discussion forums because you know how much I love people posting in the discussion forums. And it's part of your grade, so you want to do that. Don't wait until the last minute. You can start putting things in there now. So that's kind of how week 1 is set up. And like I said, week 2 will then appear, week 3 will then appear with the same information for that week, so that it's all kind of very organized here to just help you move along. And if you follow this schedule, and it's the same schedule that's in the syllabus, if you follow that schedule, you'll do fine. Okay? Now, I anticipate that I will roll these out at an accelerated pace. It won't just be 1 week at a time. I may do 2 weeks sometimes, so that it'll be a little accelerated, so that everything should be available, by November-ish or something, so people that want to finish early have a chance to wrap up early. So you'll notice some weeks will start to appear a little early, so that people can get ahead if they want or need to. All right. So that's kind of the weekly schedule. There's your links to the videos. You've got to pay attention to that. Then tests and quizzes. So here's the kind of the next tab in our menu on the left. Here's a link to our quizzes. We don't really have tests. I should rename that. And all the quizzes will start to appear as we have covered that material. So as all of the material for a quiz has been covered in the weekly schedule, then the quiz will appear. I don't let the quizzes appear. I've made an exception for now so you can kind of see, look, here's quiz 1, and then later on quiz 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, all 10 quizzes will appear here. But they'll only appear after the material has shown up in the weekly schedule folders. The reason I do that is I used to make them all available, and I found out that students would just look at the quiz and then zoom through the videos to get the answers for some students would do that to get the answers for the quizzes. And it's like, no, I want you to watch the whole thing. So they'll become available after the material is posted, is available in the kind of the weekly schedule. But so right now when you log in, you won't see quiz 1, but it's there for now just so that you can see it as I'm doing this little review. Then kind of looking at our table of contents, the next section is assignments. And here's a copy of all the assignments, and they will also kind of unfold. I've got assignment 1 and 2 up now, and assignment 5 is also available. 3 and 4 will show up later because I'm still kind of tweaking them a little bit. So you see here again, kind of just links to the syllabus review, links to Prisoners of Silence, part 1, the quiz that you need to do, just answering some questions about it, and then for part 2 for Prisoners of Silence is the discussion forum, posting your thoughts there, so a link to that. Then the IRB training, assignment 5, again, this is all discussed in the syllabus video. Assignment 5 is going through the IRB training. I have some additional information, some instructions, and a little video showing you how to access the IRB website. They keep changing the format, so this may not be up to date anymore. If not, hopefully it's close enough. Let me know, and I'll kind of see if I can update that. Then the IRB training, a link to the a link to where you upload your completed IRB training certificate. So it's all right there. So again, like I said, everything you need to submit these assignments, the links are all right there under assignments. And then discussion forum, here's a link to the discussion forums. We have our bios and backgrounds, assignment 1. I may actually add that label to it just to be clear. That's just where you're introducing yourself to the rest of the class. And again, we talk about that in the syllabus video. Do that right away. It's due September 9th. Very simple, just like if we're in a live course and everyone goes around the room and says, oh, here I am, I'm doing this degree, and here are my plans, kind of that. Just a way of making this asynchronous online class a little more personable, and that we're all start interacting with each other, get to know each other a bit. Then there's the discussion forum for the Prisoners of Silence video, so kind of that part of that assignment is here, and this is where you'll log in to upload your thoughts, share your thoughts in that forum. And then the 5 different forums as we go through the book in the semester, so it's kind of broken up into, kind of chapters 1 through 4, chapters 5 through 8, 9 through 12, 13 through 16, 17 through 19. And again, I talk about this in the discussion in the syllabus video, so make sure you pay attention because you want to do it right. You got to do your 5 posts, no big giant 1 long post, no dittos, but that's already talked about that in the other video. So easy points, make sure you get your discussions in and you can talk to each other. It doesn't have to be 5 original new threads. You can reply to other people's threads, and that counts as one of your posts because I like people talking to each other in the discussion forums. Then there's 2 ungraded forums that are just there for your own interest if you would like. And these were, well, the first one is news. This was actually suggested by students that they had come to me and said, they liked what they kind of missed in the online courses is they got to know, they maybe already knew a number of students in the classes over the years, but they didn't have a chance to just sit and catch up about kind of news going on. So I've added this where you can post any news that you might be interested in sharing with the rest of the class. Students have posted everything from I'm getting married to I'm buying a house to we've adopted a dog to whatever, all sorts of just personal things. I had my first grandchild. I had we just had our first child. All sorts of stuff, just to kind of share with the world, with the rest of the class. So you can do that here. Not required, no grades, but just a student request. And then general discussion. And this is where you can post anything else that really is outside the other content material, questions or thoughts or observations on the material that just doesn't really fit anywhere else. You can put that there. Okay, so that's the discussion forums, links to that. Additional documents, here's where I will post some additional material that we may have during the course of the semester. There's already 3 things here that we reference later on in the semester, so here's another link to those. They're not in the book, these are all outside of the book, but others may appear as the semester goes on. Then the syllabus, here's a copy of the syllabus you can download if you need to re-download it at some point. And then kind of official university stuff on how to succeed in online courses and stuff from the university. So I've really, this is their stuff, so I'm not really sure about everything in there. So that's the content folder. And again, this is where you spend a lot of time, particularly that weekly schedule. There's your links. There's everything you need to be doing this week with links to everything you need to be doing this week. Links to all of it with this handouts for the slides. Make sure you download those too. Okay, moving across, the next section is course resources. And this has a few different things. Kind of the key here is announcements. So let's click on that. Here's where you see a copy of all the announcements that I've sent out. Now, again, you should get those in email, but here's where they're all copied as well. If you need to go back and find something, you can find it here. Then there is a class list. This was also something I added at student request because at first I didn't see, putting up the class list for everybody. But several students came back and said, they wanted to form study groups. I think study groups are a great idea. But they didn't know who else is in the class, and maybe there's friends that they know that they don't realize are in the class because you're not meeting every week. So here's just a list of our class, and you can see it's a big group this semester. It's a big group this semester, and it will probably grow a little bit bigger in the next couple days. So the class list, here's a calendar. I'm really not going to reference this. It's just kind of part of what comes along with Brightspace, but you can see again kind of months with some dates and due dates and stuff showing up. Email, if you want to email, links to Fogler Library, links to the academic calendar. We don't need to go through that. Then moving across, assessments. Here's important stuff. First at the top are your grades. Click on that and you'll see your grades for all the different assignments. There's our 10 quizzes, our 5 assignments, and the discussion forums. So you can see your points for all of those under grades. Then I'm going to jump down here, kind of the way it's set up. Then there is a link to quizzes and assignments 1 through 4. And let's click on that. And right now you only see the quizzes and assignment 1 and 2. So you only see quiz 1 because remember, I haven't made the others available yet. They will as that material gets wrapped up. But right now it's just quiz 1, then assignment 1 and assignment 2, part 1 of assignment 2, right? The quiz part for Prisoners of Silence is there. So there's the link for ultimately, as they all get unfolded, you'll see all the quizzes and assignments 1 through 4 will show up here. It's a little annoying because just the way Brightspace works, the way I've structured assignments 1 through 4, well, 1 and part 2, the part 1 of assignment 2 and then assignment 3 and 4 show up in Brightspace as a quiz. I can't move them to the assignment folder. Brightspace doesn't let me do that, kind of the way I've created them. So it's a little annoying. I can't organize them the way I would like. So I've labeled them here to hopefully make it a little more clear. So there's that. Assignment 5 is up here all on its own. Here's assignment 5 for the IRB training. This is where you just click it, upload your IRB certificate once you've completed the IRB training. Or if you've already completed it, you can just upload your current, as long as it's up to date, IRB certificate. So you click on that to load that there for assignment 5. And then here's another link to the discussion forums, just like we saw before. But here's, it's in 2 places. I like having everything in the content folder as well as in assessments. So everything, it's kind of just a redundancy. Same with the, whether it's the assignments, the quizzes, or the discussion forums. They're also over here we saw in the content folder. But Brightspace also lists them here, so there are 2 places. Tools, probably don't need to really be messing with that. We won't be using anything here, I don't think. And then help, links for UMaine Online Help, the IT Help Desk, Brightspace Help, stuff like that. Okay, so that is how we're set up in Brightspace. If you have questions, let me know. If it's a IT question, go to the IT Help Desk people. I can't help figure out why your Mac isn't loading up. But kind of where do I find something? Shoot me a question. Happy to help with that. Okay, hope this is helpful, and take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.